right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Severe weather potential is still in play for Friday. An updated look at the timing and why the winds will howl into the weekend.
Funding fire departments. Tonight, we break down Proposition F on the ballot next week. And our top story, first pitch of the Cards home opener is just 17 hours away.
We can't even hold our excitement in. We are so over the moon about this opportunity. We cannot wait to see everybody tomorrow.
We'll tell you what's new this season, from the grub to a revived way of getting to the game.
The countdown is on to an unofficial holiday in St. Louis. Good evening. I'm Ann Albrecht.
And I'm Mike Bush. Tonight, final preparations are underway for the Cardinals home opener. And 5 on your side's Brent Solomon is live tonight at Busch Stadium. Brent.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. 'Twas the day before home opener, and right now, all is quiet on the home front, but do not get used to this. We're talking about a matter of hours, folks, where a sea of red will take over Ballpark Village. And today we spent the day looking at the preparations underway.
I'm so excited. I can't wait for baseball to start again.
Join the club. Trisha Wood and Steve Wood flew to St. Louis from Florida.
It's kind of a bucket list thing, opening day, first time ever.
They will join the tens of thousands of Cardinals fans taking over downtown for the home opener Thursday. It means a boost for local businesses, including hotels. The Woods are staying at the Hilton.
You could just walk to the stadium.
Yes, that's the
why
plan.
we're there. I didn't want to drive tomorrow.
That brings us to our next point.
From parking fees, walking to the stadium, safety concerns.
Who wants to deal with that? Redbird Express is relaunching for the first time since 2019, picking up Cards fans from St. Clair Square beginning at 10 Thursday morning.
There's a bus leaving every 10 minutes from Fairview Heights, and you can reserve your spot for a specific departure time.
Drop-off is at Gate 6 right here at Busch. Over at Ballpark Village, restaurants are ready for fans too.
Oh, we're going to be able to handle it. We've got this. Yep.
It's going to be Koibito Poke's first home opener in business. The sushi restaurant just opened Wednesday.
Lots of walk-by people finally see now open instead of coming soon.
Staff are preparing for a rush.
We can't even hold our excitement in. We are so over the moon about this opportunity. We cannot wait to see everybody tomorrow.
Everyone getting into the spirit for the day that rolls around once a year. St. Louis's very own unofficial holiday. Let's see if our visitor here can make a prediction.
12-1 Cardinals.
All right, we'll take that, won't we? All right, the Redbird Express. If you're looking or interested in getting a ticket, the round trip ticket is $15. We've placed that information for you on how to reserve a seat on KSDK.com. That's the very latest from Ballpark Village. We're live tonight. Brent Solomon, back to you.
And whether you're going to the game or watching it from home, here's the schedule leading up to the first pitch. The pep rally starts at 10:30 a.m. at Ballpark Village. Busch Stadium's gates open at noon. Pre-game ceremonies begin at 2:25. Then Miles Michaelis will take the mound at 3:10 for the first pitch of the season. To keep fans safe, St. Louis police will have additional officers all over the streets. Some will be uniformed and in marked cars. Others will be undercover.
They'll be out from morning till night, and police say it'll be a joint effort between them and the community to make sure things run smoothly. Their biggest concern, car break-ins. 40 officers will patrol all around the stadium just to address that, and police are calling on parking lots to do their part.
There needs to be an attendant on the lot the entire time of the event and even an hour after the event.
As for fans, they say make sure to lock your car, don't leave valuables inside, and leave if you have any, leave any weapons at home. For all things opening day and information on how to watch, just text the word cards to 314-425-5355.
Everyone wants to know, of course, what is the weather going to be like for opening day? Weather First Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell is here with some great news.
Yeah, I can promise you this. Tomorrow is a great day in St. Louis, weather-wise and otherwise, right? So it's Cardinals' first game of the season at home. Skies will be mostly sunny in the morning, some clouds rolling in the afternoon. We're still mostly clear tonight, so we have a good setup for your Thursday. Temperatures have slowly been dropping. Right now in town, around 50 degrees. degrees. Outlying areas have settled back into the 40s by early tomorrow morning. And we know a lot of folks will be down in St. Louis, 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Temperatures are in the 30s to around 40 degrees. Here's the good news. It's a bright start and it's a quick warm up. By 10 o'clock near 50, by noon near 60, into the 60s, nudging 70 tomorrow afternoon. You'll see a mostly sunny sky at first pitch. It'll become partly cloudy as we head towards the end of the game. The breeze also will start to pick up towards the end of the game. So opening day is awesome in St. Louis. You know, they all are, aren't they? Winds get gusty Thursday night through Saturday, and then we have that severe weather chance. That is still in play for Friday. We're breaking down the timing with some of the latest information in just a few minutes, Ann.
Thanks, Scott. Today marks 1 year since an innocent St. Charles County woman was killed in what police called a road rage crash. Tonight, 2 men charged in the case remain free on bond. And new tonight, in their first interviews, the victim's family shares their growing frustrations with our Robert Townsend.
Not a day goes by that Roy Codner doesn't think about his childhood sweetheart, Patsy. He was just 15, she 14 when they first met.
She was just honest. She was cute.
The couple was longtime friends and married for 3 years.
I met her at a teen town dance.
Last March, the Codners were on Highway 61 at Route W, headed home to Moscow Mills, but Patricia never made it. Her husband drove that day.
There's no doubt what happened.
Witnesses told police Joseph Falpel and Daniel Leffler were engaged in a road rage incident when Leffler's car hit the Codners' Honda. The couple's car left the highway, hit a telephone pole, and flipped several times.
I looked over and Patsy wasn't there.
69-year-old Patricia, a wife, mom, and grandmother, was thrown from her car and died. Her husband suffered cuts and bruises.
The older guy lost control, hit us, pushed us in the field, and killed my wife.
Prosecutors charged Falpel and Leffler with first-degree involuntary manslaughter and second-degree assault. 1 year later, both men are free on bond and no trial date has been set. The Codners' disappointed daughter lives in California.
We fully, wholeheartedly believe they deserve jail time.
In a statement, a spokesperson for the St. Charles County prosecutor says, in part, we are prohibited from commenting on pending cases, other than to say we anticipate this matter going to trial. Codner's son recently put this memorial to his mom here at the crash site. The 2 bouquets and bright yellow wooden cross are for their loved one, whom they say they won't stop fighting for.
I want a fair, and just hearing.
I feel like we as the victims are not getting the justice that we need, and it's been a year.
Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
A judge canceled today's hearing for the 2 suspects. Their next court date is set for May 10th.
Tonight, 3 Lake St. Louis police officers remain in the hospital after a driver hit them overnight on I-70 in Maryland Heights. Investigators say Matthew Jones failed to move over while officers were investigating a separate police chase that started in St. Charles County. Jones' bond is set at $1 million as he faces several DWI charges. A 2-year-old girl in his car was also hurt. We're told her injuries were minor. 2 St. Charles County deputies were also injured along with a canine.
St. Louis Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner now has nearly 3 weeks to prepare for a hearing in the legal battle to remove her from office. Missouri's Attorney General filed a petition saying she has failed to do her job. Gardner has to respond to that petition by April 11th. Today, a judge set April 18th as a hearing date. People from across Missouri traveled to Jefferson City today to protest for trans rights. This is in response to the passage of Senate Bill 39, a ban on transgender children playing team sports. Another Senate bill that would ban gender-affirming care for minors.
Next week, voters in OFallon, Missouri will decide whether to pump more money into the fire department to replace essential equipment and renovate buildings. 5 on your side's Laura Barczewski talked with fire officials who say this is necessary to keep the city safe.
If you pull to open a line, you can't get it back in, hit it as hard as you can, hope for the best.
It's equipment and trucks like this one that the OFallon Fire Protection District is hoping it can replace if the voters pass Proposition F on the April 4th ballot.
Prop F is a $16 million no tax increase bond issue.
and can solely be used for equipment purchases, buildings, land, equipment. Can't be used for any type of, like salaries or benefits or anything like that.
Fire Chief Tom Vineyard says since the last $10 million bond issue in 2011, the population has grown by 18%, and as a result, they've seen a 33% increase in calls.
We started running advanced life support pumpers a few years ago, so that equipment's expensive. Heart monitors anywhere from $40,000 to $50,000, and we have 5 of them, so those are almost to the end of their life cycle.
And we just kind of had to put everything where it would fit.
Firefighter paramedic Allie Adams says they typically run a 5-person crew in a truck that's not really meant for it.
These current trucks, we've got four seats, and then we've got some, makeshift seats. So ultimately you're sitting knee to knee with another firefighter while you're trying to get your gear on if you're in a hurry, and it just makes everything just a little more complicated.
While they don't have enough space for their gear or even themselves, trucks like this one are also hard to repair because parts are hard to find.
So the average cost of a fire truck is right around $1 million. And believe it or not, it takes about 3 years to build a truck. Ever since COVID, parts are harder, everything's slowed down.
Chief Vineyard says keeping up with equipment replacement not only allows them to do their job, it keeps the whole community safer.
We feel the residents of this community deserve that.
Reporting in OFallon, Laura Barczewski, 5 on your side.
St. Louis City voters can vote in person absentee tomorrow, Saturday, and Monday. You can go to the Board of Election Commissioners on North Tucker, along with 3 library branches, Booter, Schlafly, and Walnut Park. You will need your photo ID. The deadline for mail-in absentee voting has already passed. Be sure to stay with 5 on your side for election coverage. Our live coverage will begin Tuesday at 7 o'clock on KSDK.com/election, and we'll have expanded results and analysis on 5 on your side at 10.
Flood victims become crime victims.
Not only our stuff was in there, some of our kids' stuff was in there, our grandbaby's stuff was in there. So it was very disheartening.
Tonight, a local family's plea for help after a thief drove off with the few belongings they were able to salvage. Saving money by making money. The sale happening in St. Louis County helping families make ends meet.
Opening day weather is almost resort-like in St. Louis. After the ball game, though, the breeze will whip up some big changes heading into the weekend.
Tonight, local and federal investigators in Nashville are studying the manifesto left behind by the shooter from Monday's school shooting. Police did not release any new information today. Tonight, First Lady Jill Biden joins hundreds of mourners in Nashville for a vigil. She also left flowers at a memorial.
For the second year in a row, firearms were the leading cause of death among children and adolescents in 2021. That's according to data from the CDC. Analysis from the Kaiser Family Foundation shows there's no other comparable country where firearms are within the top 4 causes of death among children. Polling finds a majority of Americans support the idea of stricter gun laws, but legislation remains at a standstill with the divided Congress.
You want to legislate evil, it's just not going to happen. The laws don't work.
Across the board, states with strong laws have lower rates of gun death, and states with weak laws have the highest rates of gun death.
Since Monday's school shooting in Nashville, President Biden has called on Congress to renew an assault weapons ban.
For the first time, there will be an over-the-counter version of an opioid antidote. Today, the FDA approved the over-the-counter naloxone nasal spray, which is the generic drug for Narcan. It comes with 2 doses in case the person overdosing doesn't respond to the first. Naloxone can be given to anyone, even children and babies. It will be available by late summer. Tonight, we're getting a look at suspected narcotics and a stolen gun taken off the streets of St. Louis. Police say this drug bust started with officers trying to pull a man over for erratic driving. That led to a police chase that ended near Broadway in Upton by River City Casino. Police say the man they were chasing was a convicted felon.
A major resale event is happening tomorrow to help families save some cash while helping others earn money. Michelle Lee has the details in tonight's Making Ends Meet.
It's just a good way to help a family. I know it really has helped us.
The Stork Lady is here, and oh baby, is she delivering. This is a huge consignment just in time for spring cleaning. From clothing to toys, shoes, and much more. People can sell their items while others can snag a great deal.
Sometimes you can get stuff for 50 cents.
And it's not just for families. There are lots of items for adults. In the end, it's a great way to save and make money, especially in days when every cent counts.
In this day and age, I have a large family. So for me and a lot of people, like, this is where they buy all of their kids' clothes. It's not uncommon for ladies to leave with bags and bags of just clothes, for winter, even, buying winter now. It's just a way for a family to make money on things that they want to sell and not necessarily just give everything away to Goodwill.
The Stork Lady sale is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the Kennedy Rec Complex in South County. It opens to the public tomorrow morning at 9, and by the time Saturday rolls around, most items are half off. Back to you.
To learn more about the Stork Lady resale event, search for this story in the As Seen on TV section at KSTK.com.
Caught on camera, a thief drives away with a family's cherished memories. This is new surveillance video, and it shows a truck driver stealing a trailer filled with important items the family saved after an historic flood. The Beauchamps live in the Ellendale neighborhood in West St. Louis City. Their home is flooded 7 times, none worse than this past July. The stolen trailer was filled with the few personal items they had left after the flood.
There were things that were either of value or so sentimental that we did take the time to disinfect them. It took hours and days.
Investigators and the Beauchamps are hoping someone will come forward with information. If you know anything, you are asked to call St. Louis Police.
Cleanup continues in Mississippi right now, just days after tornadoes destroyed several communities. With the threat of severe weather in St. Louis this week, our Verify team is looking into whether your insurance will help pay to rebuild your home after a tornado. Here's Brandon Lewis.
1,200 tornadoes touch down in the U.S. every year. Some are catastrophic, like this one that hit Mississippi and Alabama in late March. After that tornado, Google Trends data showed a spike in people asking if homeowners insurance will help cover the damage. So let's verify. Do most homeowner insurance policies cover tornado damage? Our sources are the Insurance Information Institute, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, and insurance companies, Progressive, Allstate, and American Family. Generally, insurance companies consider tornadoes windstorms. Most policies include windstorm coverage, although some insurance companies and FEMA say it may be excluded if you live in an area prone to windstorms. If so, your insurer might require you to buy windstorm coverage in addition to your existing policy. So, yes, most homeowner insurance policies do cover tornado damage, but it depends on where you live. Tornadoes are sometimes accompanied by heavy rains that cause flooding. Flooding isn't covered by most standard policies, and you're often required to buy it separately from the National Flood Insurance Program. To find out about your coverage, check your policy or contact your insurance company. Whether you verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
What can we verify for you? Send an email. The email address is verify@kstk.com.
And we have severe weather on the way. It's going to hold off until after opening day. Scott Connell is here with more on that on our weather first forecast.
And even though it's a widespread area that has that potential of severe weather on Friday, it's not like everybody's going to see severe thunderstorms. Some of us may not see much at all. So, don't stress about it right now.
And what about, we were just talking about tornadoes. What about, is there a chance for tornadoes?
There is a chance, but it doesn't look like it's a widespread, huge outbreak. Not like what we saw in Mississippi. To get major tornadoes that are long track and that intense, that requires the ingredients to be perfectly meshed. And it's hard to do that, to be honest, because those types of storms are very rare. So yes, we have a threat for severe weather here on Friday, especially afternoon and evening. 60-mile-per-hour winds, maybe some large hail, potentially an isolated tornado. This is the system. We've been tracking the spin in the atmosphere all week long out of California, out of the Pacific into California, and moving now across southern portions of California, starting to spread that moisture across parts of Nevada, heading into Utah. And this is what we're looking at heading into tomorrow and Friday. So tomorrow, we know for opening day, it's all fine. But here comes that energy. The jet stream winds are strong aloft. We have all that energy. We have an intensifying storm system. Winds out of the south, pulling warmer, more humid air in here. So yes, we have a widespread area where there's the potential of severe weather. But not everybody's going to get severe weather. We look for our ingredients. The one thing we're really lacking at this point, or we're unsure about, is the instability. Just how warm it's going to get. The sun drives that. We know we're in the upper 60s here as we head into Friday. The potential for showers and thunderstorms, it's there by mid to late morning into the afternoon. Odds are those wouldn't be the severe thunderstorms. It would be back right along the front towards 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock, and then they push away. So late day into the evening hours, very fast moving storms. We know they're going to fly at about 60, 65 miles per hour. And because all the ingredients appear to be there, that means the potential's there for severe weather of all kinds. Now, one thing we can guarantee, we can't guarantee there'll be severe weather on Friday, but I can guarantee you this, those winds will howl Friday night into Saturday morning. We may be looking at 45 to 50 mile per hour winds Saturday morning, and that is not associated with any thunderstorms. 55 on Saturday, quite windy, chilly. Temperatures on Sunday around 70 degrees. So this evening, it's 50. Our high today was 60. The low this morning was 33. Temperatures will not be as cold tonight. We're going to settle back into the 30s, close to 40. Awesome day tomorrow for opening day in St. Louis. Our weather alert for Friday with the potential of severe weather. A lot of wind Friday night and Saturday. Going into next week, we may have some more strong storms as we head towards Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll keep you updated.
Mike, wait till you see the shoes that Wilson Contreras has in store for opening day. And I have a prediction about Nolan Gorman, and the basketball Billikens got some great news today.
The Sports Desk is sponsored by Jim Butler Chevrolet, the Midwest's #1 Chevy dealer 10 years running.
Somebody once asked Cardinal Hall of Famer Rogers Hornsby what he did in the winter with no baseball. He said he stared out the window and waited for spring. Wait no longer, we are here. Okay, since I blew that Mizzou-Princeton basketball prediction, I'm going to try to redeem myself with an opening day prediction. This man, Nolan Gorman, is going to have a breakout season. I say 20 homers or more. The manager likes Nolan.
And the reality is Gorman's a really, really good player who's going to play this game for a long time. And we are as excited about him today as we've ever been. So we're looking forward to what he puts together this year.
For the first time in 18 years, the Cardinals will have a new man behind home plate on opening day. Wilson Contreras takes the reins from Yadier Molina. But Wilson is honoring the Cardinals icon with some custom cleats.
He played here his whole life. This is a really, really special place for me to be in. It's a huge responsibility because we all know what he did for the Cardinals and for baseball. I feel nothing but respect to Yadi, my idol. And now that I'm here, it got goosebumps. I'm excited for this new journey.
That is awesome to hear. So the basketball Billikens got some good news today. Gibson Jimerson has decided to come back to SLU for a 5th year. Some may suggest, hey, they haven't gone to the tourney with him. Why take him back? Those people are wrong. You're a better basketball team when you have a chance to bring back your leading scorer. And if you have a chance to hire a coach who's 87-9 the last 3 years, you do it. Lindenwood did just that today. They introduced their new women's coach, and Amy Egan has a resume. She was the National Coach of the Year, and she took Drury to the D2 championship game.
We definitely have a little bit of a building process here. The thing I'm really excited about is I feel like we had the ability to do that here with the resources, with the commitment to winning. So that really excites me.
This 5 on Your Side St. Louis City SC coverage is sponsored by Together Credit Union.
The celebration for being 5-0 is done for City SC. On to Saturday's game here against Minnesota United. This team has been confident from early on.
For them to come together as a group and to commit to each other, it's not so easy to do this process. But when you get it right, it becomes a thing of joy. And I see a lot of positive things happening right now with this group. And it's on us to keep it hungry and motivated. And the ambitions need to be high.
The Blues will be without forwards Robert Thomas and Pavel Buchnevich tomorrow night in Chicago. They will have Jake Neighbors, who dropped the gloves the other night. And the coach really likes his fellow Western Canadian.
He had a great scrap last night. He's, it's great to have him back in the lineup. He brings so much energy and fight to his game and effort. It's nice to watch and it's great to have.
Is there some old school player?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, he's definitely old school and, he's a Western boy.
And that will do it in sports. We'll take a break and we'll be right back.
Well, we already knew Busch Stadium was great, but now the rest of America is taking notice. New analysis from Sportsbook NJ, that's New Jersey. They rank Busch among the top 10 ballparks in America. The average game attendance is 93%. Petco Park in San Diego is number 1. And there you have it, 5 on your side at 10.